Well, I ran into Jay Duncan from Daniel Defense, and we got to talking, and he decided, hey, you know what, why don't I have you down to Savannah for a class, for a carbine class. Went down there, and unbeknownst to me, they brought along one of their friends to the class, and I actually had dinner with him the first night, along with Jay, was Ashley Burnstead of the then young Blue Force Gear business. He'd only been in business less than a couple years. And he was running out of the bonus room above his garage. And I saw the quality of his Sling products at the class and was blown away. The quality, the stitching, the attention to detail, the materials were absolutely first class, and essentially were in a league of their own. He knew I was a 2-point quick adjust sling guy, and a matter of fact, I was using one in the class. And he said, you know, I don't have a good 2-point sling in my lineup, maybe we could get our heads together. And I was actually kind of looking for somebody to put a sling together with and maybe market one. So it was kind of a marriage made in heaven. I didn't want any moving parts, didn't want an excessive tail, and I really wanted a simplified attachment mechanism so you could put it to the carbine and not have a lot of places where the carbine sling can fail on you. That to me had been a failure point or a weak point of previous designs. It's one of the things we tackled right from the start, both from my input and Ashley's input, to not only have quick adjust, but minimize the failure point so it's a simple design. We went back and forth on a few prototypes, and then about the third prototype showed up, and I knew right then that was the one. And as a matter of fact, Ashley has that very sling now, which we sold many thousand after that, mounted, and we gave it to him as a thank you present with a picture of me in his office. The thing in my mind that separates the Blue Force Gear Vickers Combat Application Sling from all the others on the market is attention to detail and quality. Materials, stitching, design, everything is absolute top of the line. It's essentially a Mercedes-Benz level product. That comes to mind in an area, in a specific example I got for you. Back in the day when I was in the military, we were doing rehearsals for the Panama invasion. One of our missions was to go to Noriega's mountain home in case he fled there during the invasion, which didn't end up happening. But my job on that particular mission that we trained for was I had a machine gun, a Mag 58, prior to it becoming the M240. And I had a sling at the time, and during the rehearsals, the nylon sling laid across the barrel and melted in half. Now fortunately, it wasn't a showstopper. I was able to get on the helicopter, but if I'd had to do anything like climb a ladder or do anything dynamic with the gun, I had no sling to attach it to my body. Well, I relayed that story to Ashley, and lo and behold, we come out with a SAW sling, an M249 sling, and also later an M240 sling that the front adjustment piece on it is Nomex, which is not cheap. And it's the only sling I know of on the market that has those features. On top of that, all the hardware on it are metal, so there's no way you're gonna have anything melt on that sling and let you down in the field. We've sold a lot of those slings to the US military, and it's a home run. And it's a perfect example of attention to detail and going the extra mile for the warfighter that Ashley and Blue Force Gear and I'm all about. Demonstrate the heat resistance characteristics of the Vickers SAW sling with the Nomex portion up front. I'm going to do some full auto bursts out of my M249 SAW. Then I'm going to drape the front part, the Nomex part of the sling over the barrel. And just to show you this isn't movie magic, then I'm going to light these matches off the barrel. You'll notice the Nomex handles the heat of the barrel with no problem. Going hot. Now, if you're in a combat situation, all you got to worry about is keeping your body parts away from the barrel. You don't have to worry about your sling.